Hey guys, what's going on? Andrew coming at you, and in this one I thought I would talk about HÖSTLOV, the different, there's no difference, sorry, just HÖSTLOV in Sweden in general and what it's like. I have been in Sweden now for 6 years, and HÖSTLOV is a week break that students get. Not if you're at the university level, but if you're in school, it's a very common time to take a break or get a break from school, and it's very common for families to go on a trip at this time. So HÖSTLOV pretty much just stands for like fall. It's like the fall break that you can have, and it's a week-long break. I have gone on many trips during this time, and I thought I would share a couple of my experiences with you. But overall, when I think of HÖSTLOV, the thing that always is really interesting is when I always get back from a HÖSTLOV trip or just relaxing with HÖSTLOV, I am always hit really, really hard with the darkness, because the time zone change happens during this week, and if you're traveling and you're outside the country, you come back and you really, really notice the darkness. But it's a fun time. I really enjoy getting a week off. Sometimes it's really nice to take a week off if you can. Some people can choose to take their vacation when they do, but I really like having the time off and just like to refresh my mind and my brain. As you can see, I just came back from the gym, so sometimes if I don't travel, I just kind of focus on getting really good workouts in, feeling well, eating healthy if I can, and going from there. My first HÖSTLOV trip that I can remember, I decided to go to Norway. So I had a really lovely trip going to Norway, and I went to Norway for a few days. I had a friend that was living in Norway at the time. I went to Oslo, and it was really nice to see. Oslo kind of felt like a more expensive Stockholm, to say the least, but it was a very fun trip. It was the first time I took like a long train trip by myself, but I was meeting someone there, so that was really cool. So I enjoyed it, and that was a lot of fun. My next time that I decided to take a trip, I decided to go to Copenhagen for a week for HÖSTLOV, and that was a time when couch surfing was like more popular. I don't know if couch surfing is still a thing, but I would have people stay with me sometimes couch surfing, and so I went to Copenhagen and I couch surfed, and it was really cool. But the person I stayed with was working most of the week, so I was just in Copenhagen for the week, walking around, exploring, having a very, very good time, and I very much enjoyed it. That week was fun as well. My third experience with HÖSTLOV, where I traveled, is I went to Barcelona by myself. This is probably one of my favorite trips I ever took, because I went to Barcelona, I didn't speak Catalonia, and I was on my own. And getting from the airport, taking a taxi to my hostel was an interesting experience, to say the least. Finding the hostel was very difficult. Finding roads and signs in Barcelona I had a hard time with, because some roads would just change automatically. The mapping, it was just difficult for me at the time. Now I could probably use my smartphone, no problem. But then it was difficult. So just going a whole week and spending time in a new city, especially Barcelona for me, I went to go see Real Madrid play, which was really, really cool. And flying out there, I had a really good time. And by the end of the week, you're just so used to like navigating in the city that you're in that I remember feeling this huge sense of confidence in myself that I went somewhere new by myself. I stayed at a hostel, I made some friends, and it was fantastic. Last year, I decided to take a cruise with a group of people. And when I took the cruise, I knew we were going to go to Russia. There was this loophole that if you're an American, you can go to Russia if you have a EU permit, and you can stay in Russia for up to 48 hours. So I took this cruise line where we went to Estonia, then we went to St. Petersburg, Russia, which was awesome, and then we went to, on the way back, we went to Helsinki. But I didn't know at the time that the boat was actually like a Russian cruise liner, and that really there were only like 5 or 6 people that were actually either EU citizens or non-Russians on the boat. It was a Russian cruise ship. That was and it was awesome. It was an interesting culture shock to just be in everything that was in Russian. It was cool to be an American and go to Russia, I thought. Getting into customs was an experience in itself that I can share at another time. And again, every time I came back, that's when I'm hit with the darkness. So I've had some really lovely experiences. This year, I'm going to go to Copenhagen again on the weekend for a trip at a time. But I'm going to kind of focus on uploading more with YouTube if I can, because I really enjoy having this channel, and I do other things on the side, you know, and when I have a little bit more time to put into the channel, I think it's really, really good. I just got my first paycheck the other day from YouTube, and although it's not a crazy amount of money, it's just nice because once it would add up, I would then invest it back into the channel, back into you guys. And it's just exciting to actually make a little bit of money doing something that I love to do. It's not much, but it took 10 months to get my first paycheck. What I'm planning on doing is reading a lot. I'm actually reading Mr. Mercedes right now. It's my second Stephen King novel in the Bill Hodges trilogy. Checking it out. I really enjoy Stephen King's writing. I also got that book Ready Player One I ordered online. I could talk about ordering books online. I usually read ebooks, but sometimes it's nice to have a physical copy of a book, which I'm going to do. I'm planning on binge watching Stranger Things Season 2, checking that out. Both of those. I recommend the Stephen King book, and I recommend Stranger Things 2. I also recommend Gerald's Game on Netflix if you haven't had a chance to watch the show. Although it's very, very disturbing to watch, I found it more scary than I did it. So just a couple things if you like following my channel. If you're new to the channel, I'd appreciate it if you can give me a like, or it lets me know like what videos I should do more of. If you're also new to the channel, I would like it if you could subscribe, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.